Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
What is it?
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
Please, Elliot, don't joke. You're the only part of Jim's life that I have left. If you put yourself in danger,
You know that we punish children who behave badly, don't you?
I'm gonna need help.
当然是喝果汁啊，喝什么酒？畅饮。
Ness.
Elliot, I found Carlo Boccarini.
I knew you would, Alice.
Write this down. 31 Wicker Avenue in Lakeview.
Thanks. Nice work.
Elliot, what do you want with him? He's got a hell of a file.
真相好。
I think he's mixed up in a kidnapping, but my client doesn't want the police involved.
What are you getting yourself into? Who's your client?
Alice, I don't have much time. I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks.
那多一点帮助也是蛮好的。那虽然内侍不想告诉那位警察，但是之后也许我猜了，可以请他帮忙。
31 Wicker Avenue. This is it.
You sure?
I'm sure.
At last. That stench of stale grease about you reminds me too much of my old job.
I smell of grease?
I don't think anyone else would notice. But when you spend a part of your sentence as a chef in the kitchens on Gore Island, you smell it a mile away. And how do you think I met Alphonse? Playing golf?
Alphonse?
On the subject of cooking, I know your blueberry pie had an extra something. I still don't know what.
Alphonse?
So what now? You got a plan?
Take a look around, in case there's a rear exit. I'll take the main door.
My pleasure.
好，那我们要来去调查这间房子。
The fact that a criminal like him can hang up his shingle in broad daylight says a lot about Santa Esperanza.
他是说，坏人还可以这么明目张胆放上他的招牌，代表内斯现在那个时代的条子不是什么不怎么受人民信任。
Interesting taste. Been centuries since a gardener visited this house. Maybe Boccarini's business isn't going too well.
那这个有一部卡通把它翻译叫土地公，我不知道为什么。可是从那之后，我也是土地公这么叫。门吧。
Boccarini? Carlo Boccarini?
Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
What is it?
什么东西啊？
I don't know how to describe it.
已经被杀害了。
Boccarini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alfonso will want to see this. I'll be right back.
All right. I have to establish how Boccherini died. Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
好，看来要做一个调查了。
Holy Christ! What the hell are we up against?
然后左右 AD 可以移动，那滑鼠是上下调整。
His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice.
那他的眼球被挖出来了，那我推测应该是用类似汤匙吧。 那他的牙齿被全部拔掉，不知道什么意义啊。
This isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength?
我靠，手很大，力气那么大，可以直接把手给扯下来。他不是说很瘦小，是很壮的那一种。
Once he got stuck in there, looks like the bottom of a glass. It's Boccherini, no doubt about that. Although the one I remember was more together.
我看一下，一是选择。那我们刚刚找到的线索可以放上去，不过现在收集的东西还不多了，那就晚点再放吧。
The blood comes from the other side of the corridor and ends next to the body. He was attacked in the other room and dragged to the hall. The evidence suggests that the events began in the lounge. How did Boccherini encounter his murderer?
那事发这个事情的起源是好像是在这一间小房间。那至于怎么经过的，现在又要调查一下。
Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy, or maybe it was thrown extremely hard. A perfectly circular dent, as if someone had tried to hammer in a gigantic bolt, around 4 inches in diameter.
这个是人的头给他撞破的吗？那也太夸张了。
Fingernails scratched the wood. Blood ran like water.
.然后滑鼠左键压着不动就可以观察。
Blood everywhere. What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it, or fastens the strap again after taking it off?
那这个很明显就是被扯下来了。
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken?
Relax， relax， 看到他笑了。
This was opened recently. Smells of whiskey. Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside.
所以犯人是从这个房间进来，然后不知道怎么弄的。
There's something under there.
一把左轮手枪，那子弹也是满的，代表连一枪都没发射。
What is it with Italians and olives? They lap those things up like caviar.
我是有吃过橄榄的，不过普普通通的，并没有说特别好吃。
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage, I don't think Boccarini's too worried about that.
我看是内斯他当厨师当习惯了。
4 glasses, 2 of water, 2 of wine.
有2个装过水的杯子，表示除了受害者以外，还有另外一位不知人士。
Leftover lasagna, and it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them and cooking. The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccarini had company for dinner.
那刀子少了一把，应该是不对啊，那手是被拉断，不是用砍的。
Shut from the inside.
那这边的证据都看得差不多了，那看看另外一边有没有。
Takes a strong man to tear that out, or several.
等一下，这血也太多了吧？他从旁边的小房间出来，那为什么这边有血啊？奇怪，太夸张了。
Jammed shut from the inside. Maybe between the 2 of us when Milton gets back. If I'm not mistaken, this door opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
那这个汤匙有血迹，那我猜了，这估计就是挖眼睛的汤匙。
Some kind of sticky liquid. Oh shit. I should have stayed in my diner.
看来那次也吓一跳。那基本上死后的手是非常僵硬的，能掰得开也算内斯力气也算很大。有牙齿欸。
These teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less. What is that?
有被拔下来的东西，然后我看一下那个浴缸有没有东西啊。看不到，那应该是没法看。
This car looks too classy for a forger like Boccherini. Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the house? The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini.
好，先来调查这辆车。
Let's take a look in the glove compartment. Bingo. A man's cigarette case.
一个烟盒。
OB, one of the Boccherini clan? Vermont plates. Someone drove a long way.
那线索看来都是找的差不多了，应该是没有什么漏掉的。那就开始放线索了。
The initials OB on a cigarette case. A car with Vermont plates. 1. It has Vermont plates. 2. It's too luxurious for a criminal of his standing. 3. The initials on the cigarette case don't match his name. The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house.
客人嘛，那就是
A door in the kitchen, blocked from the
不是这个，
inside. It opens onto the same room.
这个才对。
Plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for two. The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccherini ate lasagna with one other person. Was Boccherini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up?
目击者我看哦，
A broken whiskey glass found in the dining room. What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back. It seems clear that Boccherini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness? Did they escape? Did the murderer take them? Or are they still in the house?
那这个很明显就是这
A door
个
in the kitchen, blocked from the inside. A door in the corridor jammed shut. It opens. One locked door could be a coincidence, but two locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
好，那再来是受洗。
Pieces of glass from the window in the hall, found inside the house. An open bottle of whiskey. A pistol, fully loaded. I'd say Boccherini was drinking in the dining room when his assailant burst in through the window. Boccherini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot. Where did the torture begin?
折磨
A broken table, scratched and covered in blood. A blood-stained wristwatch, with the glass broken and the strap fastened. Two pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table. The bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccherini on the dining table itself. That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his wristwatch fell to the ground. How did the body reach its current position? The trail of blood from the dining room to the hall. Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out.
不是这个。
The lamp, torn off its brackets and blocking the stairs. Boccherini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
好，那剩最后的残肢。
Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out. The murderer tore Boccherini's hands off. Hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess Guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Boccarini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them?
那带走他眼球不知道干嘛？说真的，我也不知道。
Mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccarini's eyes. The mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest two possible motives: psychopathy or cultist fanaticism. Which is it? Some kind of symbol drawn in blood. A sick altar of human flesh. Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion. The big question is, who did it?
好，那线索都串联起来了。
Mr. Ness, can you open the door for me?
It was open. Why did you ring?
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
I didn't notice there was a doorbell.
Says the man Milton had left in charge of an important investigation. So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
What is that?
Not a good start. It's a camera, so Alphonse can see all this.
All right. Follow me. Boccarini had company for dinner. Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Boccarini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Boccarini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air. He then threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Boccarini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his hands. I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his body. He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Boccarini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance. When he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
You're telling me that someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
More or less.
And you worked all this out on your own, just by looking?
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more.
那黑人，
What about the guest?
那黑人还真有趣。
Right. Come with me. Nothing.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Boccarini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
All yours.
那个黑人还脑袋思想不是让我觉得很奇怪。
Why'd you go to jail?
For murder, but...
You didn't do it, of course.
Of course I did it. But I didn't intend to.
We've lost the only lead we had to help us find Sophia Capone.
You think Boccarini's murder could be related?
Maybe. It's hard to say. You're at a crime scene, and you sit down to read?
Titus Andronicus. One of the actors on the Hindenburg lent it to me. They're performing it soon. You couldn't ask for more appropriate reading material. Murder, mutilation, torture. Shakespeare's got it all.
这个黑人还真是淡定啊。不知道什么的保险箱。
Jesus, there's at least $1 million here.
Baccarini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Baccarini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much.
哇，100万美元呢，在那个时候算是很大的数目。
Carlo, I have the goods for OB, but I have to take the children to school tomorrow and I can't make the meetup. Friday, same time, same place. It's signed NI.
These initials are getting to be a pain in the ass, right?
I have to take the kids to school tomorrow. I don't think this is some loving divorced daddy, Milton.
I take back what I just said.
The driver's license of one John Martinson and Osmond Burke. OB.
Do we know him?
The eldest son of the richest family in Vermont, convicted rapist. He was arrested thanks to the testimony of his father, who wound up disinheriting him. He escaped from prison last week. He broke into the family home and slit the throats of all his relatives one by one, opened the safe, and got away with a fortune.
They don't make jails like they used to. All starting to add up, isn't it?
Out of my way! Ow! Ow!
S W D W
Milton! Milton!
You're doing fine on your own, Mr. Ness. I believe in you.
那黑人在旁边看戏，还来哦你！哦，这好无力哦！他刚刚明明超帅的，现在赤手空拳，整个超没力的，超搞笑。
Get out of my way, I said! He's coming back!
Who's coming back?
Him! The monster!
The guy who killed Baccarini?
He was a monster! Oh, get your hands off me, Negro!
What was he like? Describe him for me.
He was a monster. Red and black. I mean, his head reached the ceiling. He tore off his hands with his claws! It was a monster! A monster!
Should I hit him again?
我再给他一拳，
You're Osmond Burke.
周一拳，冷静一下。
Yes.
Good. Now pay attention, Burke, because I have a question for you. Who is John Martinson?
I am.
Baccarini created a new identity for you. And I'll bet that under those bandages there's a new face, fresh from surgery.
便条。
Who wrote this note?
Nikolai Ivankov.
Rings a bell.
One of Capone's right-hand men 20 years ago. What does this stuff about kids mean?
I don't know.
Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right?
Yes, yeah, at the docks, berth 42, right next to where the alligator 3 is moored.
So what's the meetup time?
Tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? No, it's going to be tonight. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be there in no time. You need painkillers. I hate the fact that I'm taking an interest in your health, but it's the law.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ness. I have to take him to Alphonse.
Out of the question. I know his temper. He'll beat him to a pulp.
Listen, if the missing girl was your granddaughter, you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't let you see the only suspect who could lead us to her.
Okay.
Shucks.
What?
I thought that bloodbath would cover up the smell of stale grease. I was wrong.
Mm, 还是被划到。
Ah, Delphine.
Oh, thank God you're here. The lights were off, so I thought that... I'm sorry. I got out of the hospital late, then I went to the station to pick up Jim's check, and when they told me... I'm scared.
Of what?
What are you drinking?
It's only juice. Juice and nothing else.
Breathe on me. You heard me. I'm sorry. It hasn't been a good day.
What's happened?
No! You knew!
Knew about what?
What's that gun doing there?
A guy I know is having trouble with a two-bit mafioso. He asked me to go with him, just in case. I didn't have to get it out.
Well, don't. Don't start taking on the Mafia. Not now. You really don't know?
No, I don't know. And if you keep up the guessing games, I'll never know.
He's back.
Who?
Him. I don't know why it still surprises me, but it's incredible that you were such a good detective, and yet you've never been able to understand people. Capone got out of jail.
Where'd you hear that?
Chief Jenkins.
Chief Jenkins? The same guy who said he was going to clean up Santa Esperanza, right? In that case, you can rest assured Capone just put on his striped pajamas, and in 4 minutes' time, he'll be snoring in his cell.
Elliot, what if it's true? If he's out, what's the first thing he's going to do? Who does he hate more than anyone?
他年纪也大。
He spent almost 20 years in jail. Capone's an old man. If he gets out, at most he's going to challenge me to a race to the nearest park bench.
Please, Elliot, don't joke. You're the only part of Jim's life that I have left. If you put yourself in danger, I'm fine. Thanks.
My hand? One of my customers. He's a boxer and we got to throwing some punches, for old time's sake.
What's going on, Elliot? We're closed.
Can you wait outside for a couple of minutes, Milton?
Sure, of course. Although, I'm sorry to say, but we're short on time.
Elliot.
I said a couple of minutes, Milton.
It's all right. Goodbye, Elliot. You can use that couple of minutes to teach this gentleman some manners.
No.
Sorry to butt in. I've brought your rapist costume for the party.
这黑人还真的也很有趣。
Seriously, you're not...
No, she's the wife of a friend who died in the line of duty, Jim Dockers.
Alphonse told me about him.
Your Alphonse killed him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Ness. Although he's not the same man he was. Anyway, isn't the deal with marriage until death do us part?
It's not that simple. There are other factors. Dockers was my best friend. I couldn't do that to him, not even now he's dead.
Right. So you like her, but you don't have the nerve.
Oh yeah? What would you
那黑人还真够呛的。
Women have never been one of my priorities.
I'm sorry.
Forget it.
那黑人大概是说，
You screwed Alphonse.
他对女性没有印象。
I don't think he holds it against me this far down the line. He's a new man now, right?
Did you enjoy it?
Yes. I think it was the happiest day of my life. That bastard deserved it.
Maybe it was. Because based on what I've seen, from that day on it went downhill. Did they find those kids?
No. How do I look?
Like the invisible man in the movie. No one's gonna buy it.
Take it easy. Everything's going to work out fine.
那我们现在打扮成 OV 的那个模样去跟他说那一位人是在码头见面。哎，居然给我跳掉。好，那刚刚不知道怎么搞的，突然闪退了。那希望官方能够，我不知道是不是我自己电脑的问题啦。那希望官方能尽快解决这个问题啊。
So, everything's gonna work out fine, huh? You sure it's here?
Relax. It's just a little further. Just follow me.
This plan is suicidal. We're gonna die.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And may I ask why?
It's not the first time I've done a job like this, and I never was any good at getting killed.
There's a first time for everything, my friend.
Milton, if you go on contradicting me, you're not going to get into your role. Don't forget, while we're here, you're supposed to be at my beck and call.
While we're here.
Hear that? Not bad.
A white boy who likes the blues. What's next? You gonna let the black man vote?
然后没错，未来至少未来是。以前我记得没错是黑人5票，白人等于白人1票，但是那个时候是很久以前的事哦。那我现在不能跑步。
Hey, you, wait.
Where do you think you're going?
Hello, friend. I've come to speak with Nikolai Ivankov. Can you help me?
I'm sorry, pal. The mummy repair center is over on the other side.
很呛哦。
Well, we tried being polite.
Kick him in the balls, honey.
It'd be my pleasure, sweetie chops.
Dakota.
Yeah, my pleasure, Miss Dakota.
好，呛他。
Maybe you can kick me in the balls, but not him. I gelded him myself, like an ox. You can't imagine the kind of strength that gives. He could split your chest with a single headbutt.
Anyone else who gets in your way, Mr. Burke.
Ah, you got one of those uppity Negroes, I see.
If he's like that with me, think what he'd do with you.
What the fuck? Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm Osmond Burke, and I have an appointment with your boss.
You're Burke. Why didn't you say so before? Come on in.
一开始让我进去比较好，真的是。然后4个人站在门口前互相打嘴炮，不过打得还蛮爽的。
Better off not asking.
里面应该是装了什么猛兽，简单讲是有钱人的宠物。不过我想在这世上某一个地方也应该有人在搞这件事啊。那只怕说他不养了就把它丢到大街上，什么都不管。
It's supposed to be here.
Where's the ship?
Looking for someone.
We arranged to meet Nikolai Ivankov at berth 42, but it looks like the ship isn't moored here. Has she set sail?
It isn't moored? Maybe she's sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
我靠，你认真的？ 这是潜水艇吗？还是？这到底是船还是潜水艇啊？会不会太夸张了？而且还很大耶！我天哪！是潜水艇哎！我的天哪，这真的是太夸张了。 然后看来第一章的章节也差不多要结束了。那整体来说，这游戏还算不错啦。那大部分都是看剧情游戏，那过程可以依照自己的喜好让这游戏让这游戏可以。 变得像自己主导的一样，但有些事情是就一定会经历发生的，所以过程怎么样就过程开心就最重要了。你可以当一个受人厌的混蛋，也可以当个受人喜欢的好人啊，那一切就自己决定了。 那这个雕像算是这一整集发生的所有事情，包括小女孩的，还有那个 黑人，所有人都会被在里面。好，接受吧。那这个就应该是那个卡冯他的孙女了。那这个邪教到底是来干嘛的？我完全没有任何头绪。
You know that we punish children who behave badly, don't you? Yesterday it was Juliet who behaved badly. Do you remember? She hit Junior so she would finish ahead of him in the morning race. Do you know what we did to her? Don't worry. You'll find out soon enough. Which do you prefer? The doll or the plush toy?
洋娃娃好丑哦，不太想要。
2 days ago, Mickey bit Tom so he could take his food. Do you know what we did with him?
Bruno says you killed him.
Bruno says many things. Which do you prefer, blonde hair or brown? And today, you tried to escape. Do you know what the difference is?
No.
Juliet and Mickey hurt their friends so that we would not punish them. You tried to escape, but you did not harm your friends. On the contrary, you tried to help Bruno, putting your own life in danger. Very few children would do that. We are going to punish you. But in a different way than Juliet and Mickey. Bruno, on the other hand, did something very similar to them. He betrayed you to avoid being punished.
I'm sorry.
Which of these two drawings do you like best?
I'm sorry.
哦，还有下一集预告。
Is she here?
My father asked you to take care of me. Is this how you respect a dead man's wishes?
Screw everything I said.
He's Al Capone. He may not have much left, but he'll have something.
Life's full of little twists and turns, huh?
我觉得下一集有点失败，因为他们也做的让人很悬殊的那种情况。好，那有30%的人选择对这位老兄苛刻。那被嘲笑以后，大多数人都是不断的嘲讽。那有30%的人选择让他流亡他乡，那多数的人是让他选忘记财富了。反正不管是哪一个，都足以让他付出代价，因为他老了，他也不在乎了。那有70%人都是选择喝果汁保持清醒。那一半一半啊，温柔或粗暴。好，就这样回到大头模式。 别闹喽。稍等我一下，我调一下音乐。然后就像我刚开始说的一样，这游戏音乐真是忽大忽小，让我捉摸不定。那第一章就这么结束，感觉有点可惜啊，意犹未尽。那整体内容来说还蛮不错。那除了那个邪教，还有刚刚最后的出现那个超级大船只，让我有点傻掉以外，其他的内容真的不错。那最重要是它有中文啊，那尽管中文不是繁体中文，不过这无所谓。那 Blue and Bullets 的游戏影片就第一章就在这边先告一段落，那之后就等他们更新，看之后的内容会是怎么样。那我也蛮好奇最后到底能不能救到那个小女孩。那不管怎么样，这游戏影片就暂时先告一个段落了。那下次再开启这游戏就是新的章节出现了，那我就这游戏就下次再开来玩玩看了。就这样了，拜拜。